Hey, hey, what's up? How are we? Good, cool. I'm Lara. I'm so happy to be here. I can't believe it. I'm competing for the Netherlands. I'm originally from Mexico, but I'm competing for the Netherlands. Thanks. Because no one there is funny. There's not one funny person there. During the pandemic, I started taking birth control. Anyone else? That's the sound of it. If anyone doesn't know what it feels like, it sort of feels like microdosing depression, just like a little bits of it. And you might be like, oh, what, Lala? You were just like fucking a lot during the pandemic, just like having sex with everyone when everyone's supposed to be home all day, just fucking? Well, actually, it's because I have cysts in my ovaries, and I read that semen soothes them. You just, like cream, just like you put it on, it's just good for the cyst. I just started having sex, which is a great thing. I don't know why I hadn't done it. I mean, I do know why. I come from a Latin American mom, and she would say she would always talk about my vagina, always, never not. But she would only talk about it in metaphors. So she would say stuff like, nobody wants to buy a lock that can be opened by every key. That is just so logically sound. It's the worst. Nobody wants to buy an apple that's been bitten by someone else. Like, obviously nobody fucking wants to buy that apple. It's a fucking gross-ass apple. She would say all of this shit that would just make you, like, it just always was like, if you give sex too early, he won't stay with you forever. And I found out I had a clitoris 4 years ago. I had one the whole time, turns out. Clitorita is her name. I don't know if she likes that. I have no idea. I think it's sweet. It reminds her of her Latin roots. Clitorita. Kind of nice. But then things changed. I went to Southeast Asia and I went to a party in the Thai jungle, which is just the jungle, but in Thailand. And I walked in and there was this guy, just perfect guy. He was the first Dutch guy that I had ever seen. And at that moment, I didn't know that there was a country full of people that looked exactly the same. But to me, he was just like the little nose and like the chin and like the fucking just like wonderful. And his name was Lars and my name's Lada, so we had to fuck. It was written in the stars. And out of all of a sudden we're talking and when we're making out, and I was like, how did that just happen? Turns out, moved to the Netherlands, found out this is a thing that Dutch guys do. They put their beautiful face just really near yours when you're talking. And you don't notice that they don't have a personality. You're like, is he funny? No! He's not funny. He has blue eyes and you have post-colonial trauma. You're not funny? But we made out so hard. It was awesome. I didn't go home with him that night, though, because I had to take care of my lock. If you give it away too soon, they don't want to have a marriage and a family in the Thai jungle, which is what every woman wants. So I didn't. Next time we saw each other, we started playing Never Have I Ever. You guys know that game? We had nothing to talk about. And we were playing or whatever. And I'm like, what's the sexiest thing for a man, like, ever? Like, he should know that I'm a virgin, you know? Like, I was like, never have I ever... Never have I ever had sex with anyone. Like, look at this little untouched, ripe little body. And he was like, that sucks. And I was like, I have like cobwebs in there. That's what I said. With my mouth, I said those words. And in my head, my mom was like, it's time! We fucking got him! We got him! And that night, I saw my first uncircumcised dickaroonie. Crazy. If you've never seen one, they all look like Alf. If you don't know Alf, look, it's crazy. It's so funny. And it's like one moment you're like giving a hand job, next you put a finger in his ass, you're his puppeteer. Think I love that fucking joke. Yeah, and obviously the next morning fucking shame all over me because there had never been a metaphor that included a condom. Never in my life. It was all unprotected. I go to the Thai pharmacy, just the pharmacy in Thailand. And I walk in and there's like 3 ladies in their hijab, just like the holiest of fucking women. And I was like, just had to ask, but like we couldn't communicate. I was like, then it like comes out and throws up. The morning and they go did you mean the morning after pill? Perfect English. Like, here you go, you slut. And but you know what, my mom, she was wrong. She was wrong in general, because I never saw Lars again. But he gave me herpes, and that's forever. Thanks so much, guys.